What's up, everybody? I'm going to answer some of the questions submitted on IG. Here we go. Do I want a red penny night rematch? I think the fight makes a lot of sense at this point of our careers. I'm number 2, he's number 3. We both need opponents. Let's go. When will I be back in the octagon? I'm really planning to fight March, hopefully mid or late March. I'm dealing with rehab of my injury right now, and I think March is doable. What's my favorite meal when not cutting weight? I don't know, man. I like to eat, especially being in Louisiana between fights. I like a good jambalaya, or when it's cold like this, some gumbo. Do I plan on having more kids? I do. Just got to get my wife on board with that one. What was the injury you just had? So, for about 7-8 years, I've been dealing with a lot of hip pain. My labrum was torn out of the socket. That had to be repaired. And also I had some bone growth on my hip socket and also on the head of my femur. They re-rounded that. It was a 5-hour surgery. Removed a lot of bone spurs. Anchored my labrum back to my hip socket after they did a labral augmentation using my hip capsule. I had a bunch of stuff done, but recovery is going great, and I'm really looking forward to doing some training camps and not being in pain. Does the CBD really work, and what are the benefits you get from it? I believe in it. Studies are promising, not only for inflammation, which I'm using Pure Kana CBD a lot right now with my recovery, but also neuroprotective properties. There are a lot of promising studies showing that it protects your brain from trauma. So check it out, see if you like it. What is the hardest part about being injured? The hardest part for me is keeping my mind and my body busy. You know, normally I'm training 2 times a day. Even when I'm not in fight camp, I'm training every day or helping guys get ready to fight. I've had surgeries before. I've had 2 nose surgeries. I've had a hand surgery, but in the 13, 14 years of fighting, I've never had an injury where I couldn't do anything after surgery. When I broke my nose and had the 2 surgeries, I can still hit the bag. I can still jog. With your hip, you know, you can't do anything. So just keeping my mind busy and, you know, watching everybody else work and staying out of my own head, thinking I'm getting worse because I'm not on the mats. You know, maybe it was perfect timing for me to take a step back in my career and look at the whole picture and get my mind right and ready for another training camp and to move forward. Who are my 5 current UFC fighters, 5 favorite UFC fighters to watch outside of American Top Team? Israel Adesanya is a favorite of mine. Let me see. Demetrius Johnson. It's a tough question. I should have read these before I started the video. Robbie Lawler, always been a favorite of mine. I don't want to take up too much time. That's a serious question. I need to write this down and really think about it. Let's just keep it at that. Why do you use southpaw stance if you're right-handed? When I was younger, I started wrestling, and in wrestling, you keep your strong arm forward. And then a little bit later in my life, when I started boxing and training, I just went southpaw. I kept my right leg forward. I don't know if it was out of habit or what. I mean, I just kept it. You know, I have 42 fights, and I've fought everyone and trained for everyone, right foot forward. And then in mixed martial arts, I like having my jab hand strong and ready for down blocks and underhooks. I think, but I'm not sure why. That's my answer. Is 19 years old too young to start mixed martial arts? No, I don't think so. I know it's a different landscape and time of fighting, but guys like Randy Couture started in his 30s. You know, I believe my buddy Mike Brown started in his late 20s and became world champion. It's never too late. Just stay focused, get the right people around you, and work. What is your favorite city you have visited? My last fight trip to Abu Dhabi and Dubai was pretty incredible. I had a great time in the city. It was a great place. The people were incredible. The fight didn't go the way we wanted it to, but I'll be back. Like Arnold. Do I get nervous before fights? I get nervous before every fight. I cornered Eve Edwards in his retirement fight, and that was probably his 70-something, professional fight. And he was nervous, and he said the feelings never go away. And at that moment, it kind of hit me that, it's never going to go away from me either. So no, you just got to get the butterflies flying in the same direction. You're always going to have them in your stomach before fights, and that's natural. You're supposed to have that. That's your body's getting prepared to do something. Yeah, you need that. The answer is yes. Why do you walk out to James Brown Paid the Cost? I was in training camp a while back, and the song came on, and I was just grooving to it. That's kind of how I pick up my walkout songs, whatever I'm listening to in training camp. And that one kind of stuck around, and I feel good when I listen to it, and I pay the cost every day. That's why. How much do you weigh when you're not in training camp? Usually low 80s, anywhere between 180 to 185 pounds is my usual walk around weight when I'm still in okay shape. What do you see yourself doing after your fighting career is over? I don't know. I've always been a guy who never focused on plan B because I was so dedicated and focused on plan A. But hopefully something in business. Hopefully I'm doing something with fighting. I'd love to stay around fighting. I've dedicated my life to it, and I think I can bring some insight to a lot of young fighters and a lot of people. So, are you French? My father's family is French Canadian from Nova Scotia area, and they came down to Louisiana a long time ago. So yeah. How do you balance your family life and fighting career? That's a constant juggling and balancing act that I'm trying to keep going. I feel like over the last few years, I've done the best I have ever in my career with kind of separating the two a little bit and being able to, come home and just be dad, go to the gym and just be Dustin, the fighter. But like I said, it's constant balancing act. What is my favorite sport to watch besides mixed martial arts? I'm a huge boxing fan and also American football, the Saints. Why did you choose Pure Kana CBD? I've worked with a few different CBD companies in the past, and Pure Kana's got great quality. They're a good company. So we've actually partnered up. If you want to check them out, go to purekana.com. You can use my code DustinPK, get 20% off. Check it out. Tell them I sent you. Hit me up on IG. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's great for inflammation. Let's see. Got a bunch here. I'm going to do one more. What was the scariest moment of your mixed martial arts career? That's a good one, but I don't really have one particular moment that I would say was scary. I'm nervous before every fight, like I said. The world's watching, going out there in front of everybody with everything on the line, all the sacrifice and work that I put into each training camp, and my family's well-being. Half of my money's on the line in mixed martial arts. Every time you go out there, it's just it's just heavy, on your head if you think about everything. But winning solves everything. So on to the next one. Thank you guys for the questions. I appreciate it.